Right guys, let's talk about Dark Souls 2. I have already spent far too many hours on this game already, so I'm here to give you the lowdown of what you can expect to experience in From Software's beautifully horrifying RPG. For any newbies to the game, you are cursed to become hollow, basically undead, and the only way to prevent this from happening is to discover the truth and gather the souls. So let's get started. This Souls game is just as intimidating as the last. This is a bit of a floater between being the great and not so great thing about the game. You want a challenge, sure, but you don't want to be scared off, so don't be. Try it, overcome it, and explore what is a ridiculously incredible looking game. This game is not only intimidating in enemy combat and lurking evils, but also in size. The open world is vaster than the previous Dark Souls, and with this comes the opportunity to discover, learn and explore, but for some, like me, it's quite the daunting task. Let's talk about the bonfires. They're generously offered from the very start of the game, much earlier than its predecessor, but on one hand, fast travel makes it quicker to get about. On the other hand, you get greedy, so later on in the game, you feel hard done by when the fires are few and far between. Human effigies are the key. They're going to help you out when you want to restore your humanity and summon help for boss battles. It's a handy little item to have in your inventory, but do you have copious amounts to throw about? No. No, you do not. From Software wouldn't make it that easy. But where human effigy is lacking, life gems are a handy equivalent, a little boost to your health, or the Estus flask, which you can fill at a bonfire. This could be the difference between the dreaded "you're dead" graphic or you getting up that goddamn ladder you've been scrambling onto time and time again. Unfortunately, I've been playing before the game's release, which means there hasn't been an online mode, and I can tell you, Drangleic is a lonely place when you don't have the help of other players or a trusty Google search. Now, I imagine when the players come, a whole new level to the game will emerge from it. For example, it would be very helpful if there was a sign here to tell me what the heck was behind the haunting mist. Now, here's a really good bit. Look how freaking majestic Majula is. It's the first proper place you enter, your home, sort of, and it's ridiculously beautiful. Look at it, just look. Ah, so pretty. You'll meet the Emerald Herald here. She's going to help you level up, so thank God you've got a bonfire in Majula to bring yourself back to. She moved after the first time she fed me a riddle, but after that she pretty much just hangs out by the flames. As always, the "you died" screen taunts me as it always has, a classic Dark Souls mascot. Get back to your death spot marked by a little pool of your blood and you can regather any lost souls, unless of course you die again, in which case, forget about it. I tried out a fairly wuss method of taking on the enemies, but I'm just going to call it stealth. Running out from behind cover to lure the enemy towards me and then taking them on round the corner. Unfortunately for me, my luring was nowhere near selective and I ended up picking up various enemies to come and attack me at once. The more you die, the more your health bar goes down, which can only be restored by a human effigy, of which you probably don't have. Luckily at the beginning of the game you choose your class and your gift, and I chose a human effigy. Something that's definitely worth noting, once you respawn in an area and kill the enemies in it a certain amount of times, they're going to stop respawning, so no soul farming for you. You can also deviate from what would essentially be your main course and branch off to different areas to discover things you may or may never need. You can also put off tackling those overwhelming bosses, and you know, you're going to want to do that. To round it up then, Dark Souls 2 is intense and magnificent. The success of the last game could well be recreated in this one with some beautiful graphics and some really challenging medieval combat. It's full of extras, and with the vast array of things to do, you're going to get to play it over and over again. And remember, even if you find it really damn hard to start with, once you nail it, you're going to feel proud. You might even want to tweet about it or something.